Okay, guys, so for 5 through 10, hopefully these are what you got for your solution. For number 5, I got b to equal plus or minus 2 square root of 23. Number 6, I got b to be plus or minus square root of 87. Number 7, I got plus or minus square root of 5. Number 8, I got p equals plus or minus 3 square root of 5. Number 9, I got r to equal plus or minus 2 square root of 13. And number 10, I got n to equal plus or minus 1. So in this next set of problems, we are looking still at something that's being squared, but the difference is I have a quantity being squared. I have a whole x plus 9 being squared. So we're going to talk about how we can do this. If you guys look right here on the side, and you guys have it in your notes section to write this down in your notes, these are the steps that we're going to take to do this. So step 1, our goal is to get whatever's being squared by itself. So you guys can see that this whole thing is being squared. So I don't have to do anything with that. So that step is complete. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take square root of both sides. So I'm going to take the square root of x plus 9 squared and the square root of 64. What happens is, remember, square cancels out square root. So I get x plus 9. And then I'm going to say, hey, what is the square root of 64? And that's 8. And remember, I'm going to put a plus or minus underneath it, right next to it. So I have plus or minus 8. Because remember, we talked about in the first video, like whenever I take the square root, there's 2 possible solutions. Now step 3 is I'm going to get the variable by itself and simplify. Well, we bring this up here so you guys can see it. So I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. And what happens is I get negative 9 plus or minus 8. So I'm going to solve this. I have 2 different equations here. I got negative 9 plus 8. And x equals negative 9 minus 8. And I'm going to solve it. Negative 9 plus 8 is negative 1, so I know x equals negative 1. And then x equals negative 9 minus 8, which is negative 17. Okay? So let's look at the next one. First thing we want to do is get whatever's being squared by itself. So I have this being squared, so I'm good. I'm going to take the square root of both sides. And I get x minus 4 equals plus or minus square root of 72. 72 it's not a perfect square, so we're going to break 72 down like we learned in the first unit. That's 6 times 12, and that's 6 times 2. So it's going to be 6 square root of 2. So I get plus or minus 6 square root of 2. So I have x minus 4 equals plus or minus 6 square root of 2. And then we're just going to get the variable by itself by adding 4 to both sides. So I get x equals 4 plus or minus 6 square root of 2. I can't add those 2 together or subtract them because this has a square root of 2 and that one doesn't. So that's my final answer. All right, now we're going to look at number 13. Same idea. We're going to get whatever's being squared by itself. So in this case, I have to get rid of the minus 9. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides. So I get x minus 6 squared equals 81. I'm going to take the square root of both sides. Because once I have whatever's being squared by itself, now I can take the square root of both sides. And I get x minus 6. And then the square root of 81 is plus or minus 9. All right, now we're going to solve for x. Add 6. So I get x equals 6 plus or minus 9. So I'm going to say x equals 6 plus 9. So x equals 15. And then I'm going to do the same thing. X equals 6 minus 9. And I get negative 3. I'm going to do one more with you guys, and then you're going to try some, okay? Same idea. Get whatever's being squared. I'm going to subtract 14. So I get x minus 2 squared equals 86. We're going to square root of both sides. So I get x minus 2 equals plus or minus square root of 86. That doesn't simplify because 86 is 2 times 43, and 43 is prime. So we're to add 2. And I get x to be 2 plus or minus square root of 86. I can't add them because they're not exactly the same. Hopefully this helps, guys. I'm going to encourage you guys to try the next set of questions, which are 15 through 22. In the next video, I'll have some answers for you guys to look at. Hopefully you guys will do okay. If you have questions, raise your hand. We'll help you out as much as we can. Thanks.